Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
We begin with breaking news in East Central Spokane. A Spokane police officer shot a person they were trying to take into custody earlier this afternoon. Thanks for being with us here tonight. I'm Jordan Smith. It happened at the Hart Terrace Apartments in Spokane's East Central neighborhood. That's on the corner of South Thor and East 11th Avenue. It happened around 12:15. Police say the officer fired their weapon in the parking lot of that complex. Our Hunter Bertram is live on the scene tonight with what we know so far and an update on the person who was shot. Hunter.
Jordan, the latest update we have from Spokane police of that person who was shot is that they went to the hospital following being shot by a Spokane police officer. Now, we don't know much more than the police telling me that that person underwent surgery. So we don't have any more indication on the condition or how serious those gunshot wounds are. Now, it's also important for viewers at home to know that the information we're bringing you right now is from Spokane police, the agency, of course, involved in it. And actually, right now, I want you to take a little bit of a look just a bit away from me. It's clearly still a very active scene. Investigators, police still combing for evidence, trying to exactly figure out what happened this afternoon. I also had a chance to speak with Police Chief Kevin Hall earlier today, and this is what he had to say.
Yeah, the officers were here proactively to do a check in the parking lot. There's been some suspicious activity that's been occurring here that the residents have called in about.
While conducting their crime check, police ran the license plate number of a suspicious car in the parking lot, which they say was linked to someone with an outstanding warrant for their arrest. Then SPD said they tried to take that person into custody. That's when things escalated to the point of one officer firing their weapon.
After the shooting occurred, there were a number of individuals who were somewhat angry at the response and were associated with an apartment here that was involved in the initial suspicious activity call. Those individuals ran into the apartment, and therefore we brought in additional resources to help secure the scene.
Chief Hall says the apartments surrounding that unit were evacuated and witnesses were questioned. Virgil Joe lives at the Hart Terrace Apartments.
Being a Vietnam vet, shots, I heard that shot, my heart just flutters.
He watched the situation unfold.
Having a cigarette, sipping on my Pepsi, yeah.
He tells me this apartment is usually quiet as it's mostly seniors. He says younger people have moved in since he lived here, stirring up problems. But still, he tells me he feels safe living here.
I don't get too excited because I'm up on the 3rd level. So I know nobody's going to be coming up my stairs.
Yeah, and we also know that Washington State Patrol will be the police agency taking over this investigation. We'll continue to bring you updates when they become available both here and online at KXLY.com. Live in Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
All right, Hunter, thanks. We appreciate it. And we'll take a look now at a live look over downtown Spokane from our sky cam. It's the end of a very gorgeous weekend here in the inland northwest. We saw a couple of snow flurries and some blue skies, but winter's coldest test again still ahead. Single-digit temperatures on the way this week, man.
And on the way very, very soon, as in when you get up in the morning tomorrow. It'll be the coldest day we have seen thus far this winter around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, which will then be quickly broken by the day after that and the day after that. Weather alert days coming up in your forecast for frigid conditions. As this Arctic air that's nearby begins to work its way into our area, winds are going to flip out of the north tonight and start to pick up after midnight. Once we get into the early morning hours, well, now wind chill becomes a problem as well. Yes, it may be 10, 11 degrees here as we approach 3 a.m., but it's going to feel like 4 degrees with that wind. So with the wind chill factor, when you see these numbers, this is all this really means for you at home is just these are the numbers you want to dress for to make sure that that wind isn't cutting through your clothing and taking away some of your heat, making you feel pretty uncomfortable. And as you can see, potential for some brief sub-zero wind chill here early in the morning, 7 a.m., right when everybody's trying to get up and get themselves going with a temperature of 8 degrees as we get our day started. And that wind chill is going to be an even bigger problem in Okanagan and Douglas counties where we have a cold weather advisory tonight. Let's show you very quickly some of our northern communities. After midnight, single-digit wind chills above zero, and then they start to go below zero as more of that frigid air begins to work its way into the region. Look at that wind chill in Sandpoint and Deer Park. Really, we have to start dressing very, very warmly starting tomorrow morning. We'll take you through the rest of the forecast and how cold it's going to get coming up.
All right, Matt, thank you for that. Deputies arrested a man who was wanted for rape on Saturday evening in Spokane's East Central neighborhood. Around 6 p.m. on Saturday, officials from the U.S. Marshals Violent Offender Task Force, along with law enforcement from Idaho and Spokane, arrested Frank Cunningham near South Thor Streets and East 3rd Avenue. An arrest warrant for Cunningham was issued in Idaho on February 7th. He was wanted for rape and video voyeurism. He's now booked in the Spokane County Jail, but will go back to Idaho to face his charges.
Any steel coming into the United States is going to have a 25% tariff.
While on the way to Super Bowl 59 in New Orleans, President Donald Trump told reporters about his plan for reciprocal tariffs. The president says he plans to announce the details on Tuesday or Wednesday at a news conference. He told reporters today that he wants these tariffs to go into effect almost immediately. Around the Northwest, more than 500 eggs were stolen from a Seattle restaurant on Wednesday. They also took bacon, ground beef, blueberries, and liquid egg products, all totaling about $780. Take a look at this surveillance video, which shows the thieves entering a refrigerated shed and then loading up the truck. This comes as egg prices continue to skyrocket with the ongoing bird flu outbreak. David Park, the general manager, says this has put a strain on their business.
We couldn't order any eggs, so we had to drive around all the markets to get the egg. But if you go to Costco or some grocery store, it's hard to get them, so it was very difficult.
Park does believe that they were targeted because of egg prices, since he says the thieves didn't bother to take any other expensive items. Well, as you probably definitely know, it's the biggest Sunday in sports. The Kansas City Chiefs and the Philadelphia Flyers, Eagles, not hockey. We're off to a good start. I'm a football fan, I promise. It's Super Bowl 59 is happening, Sydney.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the Chiefs going for the three-peat, as we know, trying to win their 3rd Super Bowl in a row. Certainly does not look like a team that is trying to do that, at least after the first half. And now we're already well into the 3rd quarter, about 5 minutes left. They're down 24 points.
Wow.
Originally, people were kind of talking about the 2017 Super Bowl with the Patriots, the Falcons. Patriots, obviously, with Tom Brady overcoming a 28-3 deficit. So we saw the possibilities there. But if you're still down 0 points on the board, going into the 4th quarter, where do you stand?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was that alarming 23 yards in the entire first half for the Chiefs.
So it's kind of looking like we might know what's going to happen. Yeah. Eagles might take it away, and we might be for that.
Yeah, a little bit, but we'll see. There's still time left. Still ahead here, we're going to give you a bird's eye view of a historic town off the beaten path in Idaho's Silver Valley. We're soaring above Wallace when we come back. And the other big game today, highlights from this year's Puppy Bowl. Stick around to see if Team Fluff or Team Rough came out on top this year.
And the Chiefs aren't the only zero we're going to be talking about on this newscast. Close to 0 degrees around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene Tuesday and Wednesday. It is going to be cold, coldest weather of the year. We'll take you through it and when we'll finally start warming up again coming up.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
4 News Now is brought to you by Consign Furniture.
Slow down.
Cut! I get it. Slow motion. Slow down geographic atrophy. But we don't need gimmicks. Stick to the facts. GA, the advanced form of dry AMD, can irreversibly damage your vision. But Syfovre is an FDA-approved eye injection that gives you the power to slow GA. Syfovre was proven to slow GA lesion growth over 2 years with increasing effect over time. It's the only treatment to slow GA in as few as 6 doses per year.
Don't take Syfovre if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye that may include pain and redness or are allergic to it. Syfovre can cause severe allergic reactions. Other serious side effects are eye infection and retinal detachments, severe inflammation of vessels in the retina, which may result in severe vision loss, wet AMD, eye inflammation, and an increase in eye pressure. Most common side effects are eye discomfort, wet AMD, small specks floating in vision, and blood in the white of the eye. Tell your doctor right away if you have any side effects.
Act on facts to slow GA. Ask your retina specialist about Syfovre. Nope, just the facts.
Hey, Donnie, can you give me one reason to call the advocates?
Sorry, Ken, I can't.
I can. I mean, who fights like we do? You can't give me one reason?
Nope.
How about that we take on big insurance bullies? We're not afraid of any case. We're passionate and smart. Really? You can't come up with one reason?
I can't come up with one, Ken. Because there are 500 million.
All the money we've recovered for our clients. Injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
Make this Valentine's Day unforgettable. Enter the My Forever Valentine contest with a chance to win a $100 gift card. Share your sweetest picture on KXLY.com and enter to win. Celebrate love with My Forever Valentine. Brought to you by BECU and the Eat Good Group.
RV show pricing continues now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Yes, every RV in stock at R&R RV Liberty Lake is show priced. You'll save thousands with rebates and show discounts on Cougar, Rockwood, Montana, Class B vans, and more. Everything show priced. Now at R&R RV in Liberty Lake. Shop online at rnrrv.com or visit R&R RV in Liberty Lake, Eastern Washington's largest RV dealer.
Sunday Night Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Welcome back. The Super Bowl still happening as we speak, but there was another highly anticipated competition earlier this afternoon. And of course, we're talking about the Puppy Bowl. This marks the 21st year of the beloved game, which promotes pet adoption. Over 140 dogs played for either Team Rough or Team Fluff, but there could only be one winner this year. Team Fluff walked away with the Lombardi Trophy. That is the best content you're going to see all day. That's the most wholesome content right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Paws Allen was the MVP.
Paws Allen
was the name of the doggo. So I don't know. The script writes itself.
You know, have you ever been on Pet Finder and you see the names?
Oh, yeah.
For the adoptable dogs? There's some. Y'all folks are creative.
Yeah.
I tell you what, if you've never done that, you'll be entertained, I promise. Let's go to your forecast. We got a lot to talk about. We started off the weekend with some snow. There's still a few snow showers out there. For the most part, a lot of us saw sunshine today. We have seen a little bit of snow working its way through the Pullman and Moscow areas. That will dissipate as we head through the rest of your evening. Temperatures right now, we're down to 18 in Bonners Ferry. Winthrop's already down to 12 degrees. What's going on in Hayden in the Coeur d'Alene Airport? 13 degrees right now, Sabas Lookout Pass. So we are going to be watching for temperatures to drop very quickly with clear skies and winds beginning to flip to out of the north and that Arctic air right on our doorstep. Look at this. 10, 5, 7 degrees cooler than we were at this time yesterday already. So the combination of all of these things coming together to make for a very cold couple of days. And that's why we got a weather alert day. We want you to make sure that you are prepared when you head out the door in the morning for these bitter cold temperatures and the wind chill added on top of it Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. I hate to say, by the time we get to the end of Wednesday, we might be almost sort of kind of used to it. You'll see what I mean. Our lows for tonight, remember, not factoring in the wind here, so you want to dress for about 5-odd degrees colder than what you're seeing on this map here. 8 in Spokane, 5 in Coeur d'Alene. And remember, if you're getting up early enough in the morning with the rising of the sun, these are the temperatures you're going to be walking out to the car and scraping off ice with. 7 in St. Mary's and in Kellogg, 12 in Pullman, 4 in Bonners Ferry, 2 below in Colville. So already we're going to be feeling that chill. And remember, with the wind, trying to take your body heat and blow it away. That's why we always talk about you want to wear those extra layers when that wind is blowing here. So here is the wind chill throughout the day. See, the afternoons with this particular round of Arctic air actually doesn't seem that bad, right? 24 degrees, you can handle that. You can go for an afternoon walk, but at least for Monday and for Tuesday, we are going to have that wind chill factor that you got to add in there as well. So it's still going to be kind of uncomfortable at times, and especially once you get into the early evening or in the morning when it's going to feel like it's in the single digits. Speaking of single digits, here's your lows for Tuesday morning. The combination of the cold weather and wind means this likely is going to be the most unpleasant morning. In the morning, you'll have to dress the warmest. 1 above in Spokane, 3 above in Coeur d'Alene, 3 below in Colville. And the Methow Valley is, well, it's doing its own thing, as it often does. Methow Valley, folks, you are a tough bunch of people. Here is Wednesday, where it's either going to be Tuesday or Wednesday. It's going to be the coldest day here. 0 in Spokane, 1 above in Coeur d'Alene. Not expecting as much issues with wind chill. 6 below in Bonners Ferry, and sub-zero Kellogg, St. Mary's, and Pullman. So that is going to be kind of our bottoming out there. Tuesday and Wednesday, we start to warm up a little bit with some more cloud cover on Thursday to a balmy 5 degrees for our low here. By Valentine's Day, we're warming up significantly, but there's snow in the forecast, so some difficult driving for Valentine's Day, potentially for Saturday as well, and then warming up enough to where we may see some rain mixed in by the time we get to this time next week. So a lot, Jordan, is going to be happening in a short amount of time.
Absolutely, yeah. It looks like shorts weather on the back half of that forecast compared to the couple of days up front there, Matt. Thanks for that. Well, adventures in the Northwest usually mean going off the beaten path. In Idaho's Silver Valley, that can mean just taking exit 61 off I-90. In this week's Air4 Adventure, we're giving you a bird's eye view of the historic town of Wallace.
Well, we're in Wallace, Idaho. We're about 60 miles east of Washington. A great place. I mean, it's so beautiful. You look around here. You know, we're right here in the middle of the Bitterroot Mountains, at the bottom of these canyons and valleys. All kinds of outdoor recreation. It's really unparalleled. 2 ski resorts are 15 minutes away from here. It's a lot to see and do in Wallace. World-class attractions, but a small-town charm. Wallace, I mean, there's all these magnificent old homes and grand old buildings. The entire city's on the National Register of Historic Places, so there's this fantastic architecture. There's also 4 museums in town. The whole town burnt down in 1890, and then they rebuilt it within 2 years, and they rebuilt it, you know, for brick. And that core downtown survived the largest wildland fire in U.S. history, the Big Burn of 1910. I mean, this is mining country. These people are very proud of their roots. This used to be the site of the Union Pacific Depot. And when the freeway came in, this was converted to a welcome center. We have this 4-acre park. You can see all this mining equipment. This is a joint venture between the Chamber, the city, and the Mine Heritage exhibition. And so there's some great old equipment here. Each one of these has different storyboards that explain how everything is done. So we're on the west end of town. It is a mile. It's only 1 mile for all of Wallace. So you can walk the entire town. Plus, I mean, just take a look around. It's gorgeous. It's so beautiful.
Just a beautiful area to get out and go explore. We love that. Well, this Valentine's Day, you can gift a sweet treat to your sweetheart with the help of Meals on Wheels. The nonprofit is teaming up with Christ Kitchen to bake up its signature Cinnagrams. By purchasing 1 homemade Cinnagram, you can provide 9 meals for homebound seniors and support the women of Christ Kitchen. You can buy one for a friend or a loved one and get it delivered on Valentine's Day, or you can pick it up yourself. You can also make someone's day by buying a Cinnagram for a homebound senior. And today's the last day to order Cinnagrams if you want to be sure that they're delivered on Valentine's Day. And place those orders while you can, because every year they sell out. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
I'm a real wild one.
Life is wild. There's work to be done. Adventure around every corner. And a truck that handles it all. The new 2024 Ford F-150 Wild Edition. It's rugged, loaded with tech, and built to go wild. Get a wild deal on an F-150 today. Lease a 24 F-150 STX 4x4 Wild Edition for just $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
So you want somewhere to play? We got you. A nice relaxing stay? We got you. Wanna be entertained? We got you. Wanna play golf all day? We got you. Bowl LIX Casino. Winning is just the beginning. So you're looking for something to do? We got you. Want some tasty
Working individuals, couples, and families in Washington could get a refund of up to $1,290 on taxes paid in 2024. And if you didn't apply but qualified for this credit in 2023 and 2022, you could potentially get up to $3,745 for 3 years combined. To see if you're eligible for this annual tax refund and learn the steps to apply, visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
Your best defense against erosion and cavities is strong enamel. Nothing beats it. I recommend ProEnamel Active Shield because it actively shields the enamel to defend against erosion and cavities. I think that this product is a game changer for my patients. Try ProEnamel mouthwash.
Patients who have sensitive teeth but also want whiter teeth, they have to make a choice, one versus the other. Sensodyne Clinical White provides 2 shades whiter teeth as well as providing 24/7 sensitivity protection. Patients are going to love to see Sensodyne on the shelf.
Traveling is so exciting, but you'll need to be prepared.
New ID requirements for travel go into effect on May 7th, 2025.
There are multiple forms of ID you can use.
Whatever option you choose, make sure you have it with you before heading to the airport.
That way, you can travel stress-free.
Don't wait. Prepare today so you can relax and enjoy your flight. It's your final boarding call for a real ID.
Welcome back. Yvonne Ejim is breaking records and creating history during her career as a Gonzaga Bulldog. She's now the Zags' all-time leading scorer, but with that personal achievement, she gives the credit to everyone who helped her along the way. Sydney Berger has the story tonight.
Doing what I've done here at Gonzaga, I don't think I would have ever imagined that.
Yvonne Ejim is in the process of cementing herself as one of the best players to ever wear the Zags logo. Imagine being so good at what you do, you can't even remember all the awards you've won.
I think my freshman year, I was like freshman team, second year, 6th woman, first team, all conference. No, second team. Then the next year, first team, all conference. That was my junior year. A player of the year, defensive player of the year. First team, all conference. Do I need to name the preseason ones too?
No, it's okay.
Okay, thanks. Becky Hammond, player of the year. Yeah, can't forget that one.
And she's not struggling because there's too many. It's because Ejim thinks about herself last. If you've met her or even just watched her play, you know she's thinking about the program and her team first.
I can trust them and not be so selfish to always want to score or like, I need to score. It's like, no, I don't. Like, I don't even care who's in the corner. They're in the corner. Like, I've got my teammate there, so I have their back. They have my back.
Ejim broke the record for most points scored in program history, and she didn't see it as a personal goal.
To literally say that, like, a lot of my points have come from my team and my coaches, like, setting me up for success, it has.
Ejim's legacy will be remembered by everyone who watched her play in the kennel, and maybe even longer after that.
Have you thought about the possibility of you coming back here because your name is going to be up in one of these rafters?
People have been talking about it. Honestly, I just wait till it happens because there's no point in being like, oh, I hope, because, like, you know, nothing's really certain. But if that were to happen, yeah, I'd be like crying and like dying inside at the same time. I'd be like, oh my gosh. Thinking about it just makes me smile because I love this school so much. So to be able to be honored in that way by the school that I love so much and by the school that I've put in so much work into, to me, it's like a phenomenal feat.
Sydney Berger, 4 News Now Sports.
And I love that story because you can see, like, the person behind the player 100%. In that interview. She's such an authentic, fun person to chat with.
100%.
And then just like, she's so casual about like, oh yeah, record breaker, oh, all these titles.
Yeah.
Like,
no big deal.
Yeah, it's chill.
That's just old news.
Making history, by the way, as we speak, as she scores every point, just creating that record for herself. The Kansas City Chiefs today also trying to make history with a three-peat, 3 Super Bowl wins in a row. Not looking hot at all for them. It's quite the opposite, actually. If they somehow overcame this, they would be making history by overcoming the largest deficit. 34 points would be the largest deficit to overcome, but it doesn't look like it's going to be that way.
The window is closing, it seems like, but we'll see. There's 1 quarter to play, so we'll find out. All right, 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Kerner Furniture.
Ready to enjoy some February fun? The Kootenai Casino has a getaway just for you. Book your room now and cozy up for just $59 per night midweek and $89 on the weekend. And enjoy 2 free breakfast vouchers. Win big during our Mardi Gras Masquerade giveaway. And celebrate Valentine's Day and President's Day with extra bonus play. Stay and win at the Inn. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
The Working Families Tax Credit isn't just for families. Individuals and couples can apply too. See if you or your family are eligible for this tax refund at workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov/eligibility.
Watch Judy Justice weekdays at 3 on KXLY ABC4.
Judy Justice is now in session right here.
Judy Justice is brought to you by Russell and Hill. Injured in a car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Call 1-800-LAW-0842.
Did you know using the Grocery Outlet app gives you the opportunity to win groceries for life? Imagine never paying for groceries again.
Well, what if I can't decide? Avocados or tomatoes?
Why choose? At Grocery Outlet, you can afford both. And not just the basics. With Grocery Outlet, you'll find all your favorite brands included, including gluten-free pasta and my favorite cookies. Everything's included.
So burgers and steaks for life?
You've got to win first.
Still worth it.
Now that's bargain bliss.
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
Molly leaving was one thing, but then I thought Mom's osteoporosis might keep us stuck on the couch. No way. If you have postmenopausal osteoporosis and are at high risk for fracture, you can do more than just slow bone loss. You can build new bone in 12 months with Evenity. Evenity is proven to significantly reduce spine fracture risk. She said the Evenity she's taking builds new bone. Builds new bone! Evenity can increase risk of heart attack, stroke, or death from a heart problem. Tell your doctor if you have had a heart attack or stroke. Do not take Evenity if you have low blood calcium or are allergic to it, as serious events have occurred with Evenity. Signs include rash, hives, swelling of the face or throat, which may cause difficulty in swallowing or breathing, muscle spasms or cramps, numbness, or tingling. Tell your doctor about severe jawbone problems, as they have been reported with Evenity. Report hip, groin, or thigh pain. Unusual thigh bone fractures have occurred with Evenity. Building bone? We dig it. Want stronger bones? Ask your doctor about Evenity.
All right. Hey, if you are just joining us because maybe something on another channel is getting kind of boring, oh goodness, it's going to be cold. So make sure you bring out the extra layers you haven't worn this year. Wind chill. If you're working outside, make sure you got the face coverings out. You don't want to deal with any sort of potential frostbite issues or anything like that, because that wind chill is going to be serious if you're working outside the next couple of days.
Yeah, some good notes there. How are we feeling about the Super Bowl?
I was hoping the Chiefs would not score a single point. They did just score a touchdown. They missed the 2-point conversion, so they're still down, but I wanted it to be a shutout.
We jinxed the shutout. Dang it. That's okay. All right, we'll see you tonight at 11.